This is an interesting story showing how ancient people were building these mysterious giant arrows in the desert. And it's kind of a good showing for what they did in terms of rounding up their food. And not only the food, some say it could have been just about anyone, including people. But you can see the structure here. It dips down, looks kind of like a tulip without the middle petal here. But what this did is it created pits. And say if you were a gazelle and you were coming through the northern plateaus of northern Uzbekistan at this time. They basically say the gazelles come across a ridge and then it goes away. It's kind of like a trick on the mind. And they did this on the animals of all types of sorts, making them come to the next ridge, and then they will follow the ridge, and then they would follow the ridge, thinking that somewhere along the lines it's going to open back up like the other one did, and they can move. But what they're doing is they are routing all of these animals down to a ditch. And once they get down to this ditch or this pit, they're done. This is where they're caught. This is where they're rounded up and they're slaughtered. Something to keep in mind, and this stretches all across the Middle East to Central Asia. And they said that they built these over a long period of time, from 8,000 years ago up to 2,500 years ago. So that whole window, they spent this time across large swaths of land building these, and you really can't tell what they are or even make out anything from the ground. A lot of them look like normal ridges and ditches because they're so old at this point. But from the air, it tells a different story. And you can see that it was definitely constructed here, and they exist. And there's more than just this. I'll leave a link. As always, you guys can read up and check out the other images here. All types of different stuff laying out there waiting to be discovered. This is just one of the latest, and one of the things you really tend to pick up from the sky, not the ground. You can only be in the sky for a matter of minutes and be able to start seeing things rather than being on the ground for years and never realizing what's sitting right there. I'll leave a link in the description box, and until next time, this has been Dabu7. Peace.